This is Ryan and Michelle, and welcome to the Celebrate MarriageCast 5-Minute Friday.
Happy Friday, and we are so glad to have you here. Happy Friday, Ryan.
Happy Friday, Michelle.
I love Fridays.
Yes,
indeed.
indeed.
I love Fridays in spring, and we have a great guest for you on this 5-Minute Friday to give you an action point for the weekend. We have Debbie Wade back with us, who is a licensed marriage and family therapist, a certified sex counselor, and a certified sex addiction therapist. So, Debbie, welcome back to our show.
Well, it's so good to be back with the two of you.
Yeah, thank you for being willing to give our listeners an action point for the weekend. And if you missed the show, we talked to our listeners about talking to your kids about sex. So very important conversation. We had a great dialogue together, and you gave a number of valuable resources. And now you have a assignment for us. So we're excited to hear what you have.
Well, I would want to encourage couples to go into this with a fun. Like, we do want this to be fun. But, we all heard something about sex growing up, maybe from our parents and maybe not. But most of the times, couples have not talked about that. So I think it's a helpful thing to sometimes just ask one another, what was the most helpful thing that either of your parents told you about sex? Or what was the most unhelpful thing that either of your parents told you about sex? And or just the question, what do you wish that your parents would have told you about sex? And if couples can approach that with, we're not trying to blame our parents, we're not trying to throw them under the bus, but we've just never had this conversation. So what did you learn from your parents about sex? And then the third part of that is, what do we want to do different? And can we be committed to doing it together differently with our kids? So
that's such a great assignment. I love that. Just looking back and then looking forward.
Yeah. I think it's taken both, like what was good, what was bad, what do we want to do differently?
Yeah. Yep.
I love that.
Thank you so much for that assignment for the weekend, Debbie. And I would just encourage our listeners again, if you didn't listen to the show, I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaser here that I think you're going to be really surprised by when Debbie says that you should start talking to your kids about sex. I was very surprised at the age, and we'll just leave it at that. So we have so many tips and resources for you in that show, and we hope that you have a great weekend with this assignment from Debbie. So Debbie, thank you for joining us on this 5-Minute Friday.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And for our listeners, we want you to know that we have resources at celebrate.church/marriage. Additionally, if you are in the Sioux Falls area and don't have a church home, we would love to have you. If you're outside of our area, we have online services. You can find all of that at celebrate.church. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.